today I am going to be sharing with you my autumn/fall TBR. So these are the books that I plan to read, emphasis on plan to, knowing me I probably won't, but I plan to read over the next like 2 months or so, like September/October. You can already kind of see them behind me, so don't sneak peek yet, but I'll probably have like more TBR videos closer to October because of all of the fun Halloween readathons that are going to be taking place, but this is just kind of an overview of what I would like to get done within this season, if that makes sense. So let's just begin. I'm just going to be pulling books from this pile in no particular order. So first we have Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I swear this has been on many TBRs in the past and I still just haven't gotten around to reading it. It's an adult thriller. I don't know what it's about, but I know that a lot of people liked it. A lot of people, booktubers whose opinions I really trust, and I kind of have the same reading taste as them, if that makes sense. So I really want to read this and see if I like it too. But who knows if I'll finally get around to doing it this month or 5 years from now. I actually have 2 Ruth Ware books on my TBR. The first one is The Lying Game, and the second one is The Turn of the Key, which is her most recent release. I really loved The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware, and I also read The Woman in Cabin 10 by her, and I liked that one also. So I really want to read all of her other works, so I own these 2. And I really want to get to them, basically. I have no idea what this one is about, but this one I do have a little bit of an idea. So in this book we follow a woman who gets this like live-in nanny kind of job for a very like wealthy family, and then we kind of follow the story. I think it's like her recounting the story to a police detective because she is the like prime suspect for the murder, I believe, of the child that she was nannying for. So we kind of hear her recount the story to this like police officer about what happened in this house. Like I said, this just came out, and from the few reviews that I've seen, people have really loved this as well, so I'm super excited for this one. Next up on my list is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a YA mystery, maybe thriller, but I think it's mystery. I think we follow a girl or like a group of friends kind of that are at this private boarding school, and they try to solve this cold case from way back in the day at this school. A lot of people have also really raved about this book, and I really want to read it because I feel like I'm missing out. So hopefully autumn seemed like a good time. Also, I don't know if you can really see, but on the cover it has all these leaves on it, so this just seems like the perfect fall book. Let's hope I get to it this season. Next on my list is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is a book series that I'm very late to the game on reading, but I really want to read it because, again, with most of these books, I just feel like I'm missing out on something amazing. All I really know about this series is that we follow a girl called Selena, I think, and she is like a assassin. That's pretty much all I know about it, but I've been kind of weary about picking up this series because, one, so many people love it that I feel like I'm going to be so hyped up that my expectations could never possibly be met, but also I'm not a big fan of assassin stories, but also I am very intimidated by the size of this series because, for once, it's not a trilogy. It's like, it's a series. This next book I'm actually currently reading, and that is Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett, and by currently reading I mean I read the first chapter last night and I think I'm going to continue on reading it, but who really knows. This is a contemporary romance. I don't know much about it other than that I really liked Alex Approximately by the same author, so hopefully I enjoy this one as well. But this also just gives me autumn vibes because, again, I don't know if you can see, but the couple is sitting there and she's got like a hat on and he's wearing like a flannel looking shirt, and yeah, it just reminds me of the autumn. Next on my list is another book that has been on like 5 TBRs in the past, and that is Finale by Stephanie Garber. This is the 3rd and final book in the Caraval series, which I loved, so I really want to find out how it ends, but I, for whatever reason, have just kept putting it off. I'm like really contemplating rereading the first 2 books in the series because y'all know my memory is not very good with books, and I can very vaguely remember what happened in the other 2. So I'm contemplating reading it again, but maybe I should just jump into this one and hope that it all comes flooding back. This next book is also one that I'm currently reading, and that is Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have been reading this for a while now, and I'm a little more than halfway through it, so hopefully I'll finish it within the next few days. This is the 3rd and final book in the Illuminae Files trilogy. I really loved all of the books. In fact, I think that probably my favorite series that I've read so far this year. So once again, I just really want to find out how it ends, but I'm just having a horrible time reading lately. I don't even think it's a slump. I think I'm just being lazy, honestly. So hopefully I can motivate myself to finish this book and find out how the heck the story ends. Next up we have Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shannon McGuire. This is, I think, the third book in the Wayward Children's series, which I started reading recently, and I really enjoyed Every Heart a Doorway. I didn't like very much at all Down Among the Sticks and Bones, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one, but we'll see. They're more like companion novels, I guess, and they like follow different characters and different stories in each book. So like with the first book, I really liked the characters and I really liked the story, but in the second book I didn't really like the characters and I didn't really like the story. So hopefully I will like the story and the characters in this book, basically. That was a really long-winded explanation. Then we have The Lost by Natasha Preston. This is, I think, a YA thriller novel. Natasha Preston has a lot of these books. Like, I know there's one called The Cellar. I think I actually tried to read one at one point and I didn't like it and I DNF'd it, but for whatever reason I decided to buy another one from my library book sale and try and read it. I think I'm gonna vlog when I actually get around to reading this book, because I've heard just from other people that her thrillers, they're kind of like guilty pleasure thrillers. Like, they're not very good, but maybe they're like really entertaining, but they're like pretty bad, and they're just probably gonna be really entertaining to like roast. So we'll see. Is that bad to do a whole vlog just roasting a book? So the next book on my list is The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith. This is an art copy that I was so kindly sent from Wonderkind PR. It officially comes out on October 1st, so I want to actually try and read it and review it before it comes out. This book is set on a vineyard that is dependent on these vine witches that like use their magic to make this like famous wine, and we follow this one witch who ends up being blindsided by a curse that weakens her magic, but when she tries to get her life back on track and she's actually supposed to inherit this vineyard, she finds out that it's now owned by this handsome stranger. And yeah, it just sounds really interesting, and like it might be a kind of a cute romance but like really dark at the same time. I'm super excited for it, and yeah, hopefully I'll do a review of it so you'll hear more about my thoughts like in depth. I haven't done a review in ages, so we'll see how that goes. And the final book on my autumn TBR is The Shining by Stephen King. I have wanted to read this book for a really long time. I finally got around to reading Carrie the other month, and I actually really enjoyed it. That was the first Stephen King book that I'd ever read, and I kind of wanted to read his books in publication order after that because Carrie was his first book that was published, but I kind of want to just jump into this one because I actually really enjoy the movie, so hopefully I will really enjoy the book as well. This is like 650 pages though, which I had no idea. Like, I feel like that's kind of deceiving. That doesn't look like 650 plus pages, but it is. But yeah, hopefully I will get around to it. We'll see how many books I actually read, because this is kind of overambitious, especially for how bad my reading has been lately, but fingers crossed I will get to all of them and I will enjoy at least more than half of them. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've read any of these books and which ones you think I should prioritize on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
You hear that, Samson?